Every once in a while, across my lifetime, I've come across stories, usually that I've heard on my car radio while driving, that some man or another has been accused of sexually abusing a baby. Now, for some reason, this report that I heard by accident, if you will, while driving, captured my interests in what I might say is a revealing way, because it turns out that as an old man, around 65, I figure out that this diabolical father of mine, who appears not to have been my biological father, was sexually abusing me when I was an adolescent by male raping me while I was asleep. He would have done this by giving ether to me when I was asleep to make sure that I would not wake up, and male raping me when he had me etherized thoroughly, and then cleaning up. He was a radiologist, so he knew how to deal with that part of the anatomy that he was raping with medical studies, for example, known as barium enemas, this kind of thing. So he was a professional in dealing with that area of the body. And he did a thorough job of cleaning up afterward. And I never guessed that this had happened to me until I was an old man, when, after a wrecked life, I finally decided that, yeah, the only explanation that made sense of this tragic life of mine was that this had happened to me. Now, since I've come to decide 100% that this did happen to me, as I say this in recordings like this one, I have mountain ranges of evidence that this actually did happen to me. And all these peculiar facts of my existence now all make sense in light of the explanation that this severe psychological and sexual abuse did occur in my life. I often find that there are what you might call archaic clues, which you might call artifacts, if you will, behavioral artifacts that suggest that this sexual abuse of me may have started when I was an infant. And I just wanted to mention one of the main behavioral signs, if you will, that I was being threatened and abused by this menacing father when I was an infant. And here it is. My mother often told me that as an infant, I would cry all night. And this was unlike all my siblings, okay? And what I'm saying is that I cried all night to keep my mother near me, to make sure that this menacing diabolical father would not get to me. You see, that is why I cried all night. Suddenly, it makes sense in terms of the abuse I was suffering. So, there are other indications that I was being abused as an infant and a little child. And like I say, this crying all night does seem to suggest that the reason I cried was to make sure that that man did not get near me at night when he wanted to. Is that you, Chris? And we want justice.